everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys I'm going to be doing a deck profile on a very old school starter deck that may be very nostalgic for some of you guys out there, and that is the old original Joey starter deck from back in the day. I believe this came out in 2003 or 2004. I think it was 2003, but if I am mistaken, please let me know down in the comment section below. I think it was 2003 or 2004. I can't remember exactly. But this is actually the smallest starter deck out of all the other starter decks out there. If you guys haven't seen on my channel yet, or by the time this video probably goes up, you would definitely have seen the Seto Kaiba starter deck, the Yugi starter deck from 2002. Both of them are from 2002, and I will be doing the Pegasus starter deck very shortly after this video goes up, or it's already up on the channel. But yeah, guys, this is actually the smallest starter deck out of all of them, because instead of 50 cards in a starter deck, like this thing, this massive thing, it actually has 48, because they cut 2 of the extra spots for 2 fusions. So it's actually smaller by 2 cards from 50 to 48. So without further ado, let's get started. Your original Red Eyes Black Dragon from the Joey starter deck. Great card. He's your main tribute monster of the deck. He's actually, I believe, if I remember correctly, I'm just double checking here. Yeah, he's your only tribute monster of the entire deck. Now, guys, I broke this deck down into different areas to talk about. So we're going to go over my first area, which is the beatdown area, which are these are monsters with good beatdown stats. And something that has over the Yugi and Kaiba starter decks, which is also true for Joey, because, you know, he was always about muscle and brawn and how tough I am. It has actually the biggest beaters and a lot of big beaters in that respect, because it has 218 and 117. Harpy's brother, now known as Sky Scout, he'll always be Harpy's brother in my heart. 7 Colored Fish, which is a great card back then, and actually a meta card back then with Legendary Ocean. And then the Dark Flare Soldier #1, 17 beater. But these are your biggest beaters in the deck, and then everything else kind of goes downhill. You have your iconic cards from the show, your Baby Dragon, your Swordsman of Landstar. These are your 2 iconic Joey cards, I guess you could say, that are in the starter deck from back then that you actually play. Baby Dragon's so cute. I can't remember if Baby Dragon ever got a hollow version of him. I need to pick that up if that's the case. Then you have actually 2 big defenders that the deck has. It has 2 2000 beater, defense monsters that you can set in defense and protect yourself. Your Island Turtle, who reminds me of freaking the Lion Turtle, I believe it is, from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It literally reminds me, this card reminds me of the Lion Turtle. And then you have the Spirit of the Harp, which is a 2000 defender as well. I don't know why a girl with a harp has 2000 defense, but whatever. Next up, we have just some of your other beaters in the deck. You have Armored Lizard, which is one of your other big beaters, which is 15. Then you have some other 2 vanillas that are not that good, but you have the Flame Manipulator and Misaki the Legendary Swordsman, which actually, if you use polymerization, they actually go into Flame Swordsman. So if you guys want to know that, these 2 with poly make Flame Swordsman. So Legendary Misaki and Flame Manipulator. Then we have some effect monsters we'll talk about. White Magical Hats, Karate Man, Sangan, Mahavelo, and then we'll talk about some other effect monsters in a second. Sangan is a searcher for the deck. It's very good. Karate Man is a pretty dang good card. White Magical Hats is pretty good. It's kind of like an early Danzaluke. And Mahavelo, I actually built a deck of this back in the day, but Mahavelo is very good. With equip monsters, he gains more attack as well. So, yep. Then you have your other effect monsters, your Gear Free, which its effect never really you're going to ever use, because it's just, if it's equipped with a spell card or an equipped card, it doesn't gain, it loses that equipped card. It's destroyed. Time, Wizard, and then you also have Mulus Radiant, which I'll read to you guys what this card does. As long as this card remains face up on the field, increase the attack of all earth monsters by 500 attack, and decrease the attack of all wind monsters by 400. It is such low attack, it really won't ever go through, but it's a good card nonetheless, to some degree. Time Wizard will win you games, though. It's very good. Then you have your Flip Effect monsters, which are Magician of Faith, which is amazing. Penguin Soldier, which is amazing. And Big Eye, which is actually pretty good because if it's flipped face up, you get to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and arrange them in any order. He's the original Big Eye before number 11 Big Eye. This is the original Big Eye. The big guy. Big Eye. That was a bad joke. And then Princess Tsurugi was Tsurugi. I can't pronounce her name. Pretty much what she does, I'll read for you guys. Inflict 500 damage, 500 points of direct damage to your opponent's life points for each magic and trap card your opponent has on the field. So it's a life point burner in flip effect form. But yep, and Penguin Soldier returns 2 cards up on the field. It's a very good card as well. Then you have your spell cards or magic cards, if you want to call them. We have your Dark Hole, your Monster Reborn, your Fissure, your Change of Heart, which is also good as well. I'm just making sure everything's in the camera focusing. Then you also have, guys, your Scapegoat, your Block Attack, which is actually a good card, and your Giant Trunade. The Joey starter deck has a lot of good spell cards, and then you also have your Equip spell card. Well, actually, I'll talk about that in a second, but these are your very good, just regular spell cards. You have Giant Trunade, Block Attack, stocks 1 attack, which changes the monster from attack position to defense position. Your Scapegoats, which is good for defense, and these cards need not speak for themselves. They're very good, and then Fissure, which is good too. Then you have your Equip spell cards in the deck. You have your Dragon Treasure, your Malevolent Nuzzler, which is amazing, and you also have your Mountain, which is your field spell card because it reaches the attack. Let me read that to you. Increase the attack and defense of all Dragon, Winged Beast, and Thunder type monsters by 200 attack. Woo! So yeah, Malevolent Nuzzler is probably the best though, as an Equip spell. Then we have your other spell cards, which is Eternal Rest, which destroy all cards on the field that have equipped monsters. Your Dien Keto, the Cure Master, your Remove Trap, your Reliable Guardian, which is actually a quick play spell for defensive cards. It gives 700 defense to a defensive monster. Sword and Shield, which is actually pretty good. Switch the attack and defense. Polymerization and Dispel. So let me just move everything up there so you guys can see. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to... There's 50 cards here. I'm very tired to go through all of them. But yeah, that is everything for your spell cards, guys. So let's go on to the next part. Your traps. Your good traps are Trap Hole, Ultimate Offering, Wabuku, and 7 Tools of the Bandit. These are your very good trap cards in the deck. The cards that I would consider very good. Then you also have, guys, your other cards, which are Reinforcements and Castle Walls, along with Reverse Trap and Just Desserts, and Fake Trap, which is really just useless. But these two guys are actually good for attack and defense. Reverse Trap is actually pretty good too. Just Desserts is good if you're going first, and Fake Trap is just kind of useless. And then you have your 2 fusion monsters, guys. You have your Flame Swordsman and your Thousand Dragon, you know, because Thousand Dragon's OP. Turns all your opponent's monsters to dust, I guess you could say. But yes, guys, I hope you guys all enjoyed this deck profile. These are your 2 fusion monsters that you need to run with the deck. But yes, like I said before, guys, I will leave down in the description below a site that you can go to that will have the list of all the cards in this, the starter deck Joey. So if you would like to build the starter deck Joey and find all the cards, or if you have them all in your commons box from back in the day, you can actually build it and have fun with it. But also, feel free to check out my Seto Kaiba one, my Yugi one, and my Pegasus one that will be coming out soon. So, till next time, guys, take care, have fun dueling, good luck dueling, and I'll see you guys next time. And go Red Eyes Black Dragon, because he's pretty cool as a dragon. Take care, everybody, and go Joey Wheeler.